Hey, Shalom. First and foremost, as usual, before I begin with this lesson, I want to start it off by giving all the glory and infinite praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rakahakadas. Double honor to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, who I'm taught and learn this truth 100% from. Peace and blessings be to you, Wa'akwati, that is serving Yahweh Shema Shine sincerity, hoping for mercy and salvation in these last days, man. Shalom and Yahweh Shema Shabrakatun. So in this lesson, I want to basically just speak through the spirit, going into how I believe brothers will make it through persecution in one piece. Alright, cause I was watching the brothers out there in the Kansas City camp and the Elder Mahalaya, the one that you see on the far right on the screen in the red. The brother had made a point, laying backing off of what had happened to the brother out there in the LA camp. Because for those of you that don't know, we basically speculate through the spirit that Esau has sent, somebody to basically go in and do a hit on Jake. All right, because Jake works armed security. All right, he does armed security. And he was on this lunch break. And to make long story short, he said it was a Jake that he don't even know. Right? He didn't even think too much of it because it's people that pass by him all day, every day at work. All right, but the dude was approaching him. And he pulled out a knife on him and basically did his shit. He had stuck the brother a few times. And right when the brother was finna blow his ass down, I guess you could say that the spirit had stopped the brother because he had seen all the blood, gushing from out of his body, man. And like I was saying, brothers speculate through the spirit that Esau had sent a hit on Jake. But nonetheless, every single last one of us in this ministry, man, you call yourself a Hebrew Israelite, you watching these lessons, this is something that you got to get yourself prepared for. Right, because persecution gonna come to everybody. Everybody that consider themselves a Hebrew Israelite, you watching lessons, this, that, and the third, you on something what Esau called a red list. Right, you public enemy number one, so to speak. And it's prophecy that the servants of Yahweh Shema Shah was gonna get hands laid on them, man. But as I was saying, I believe through the spirit, just like how the brother was saying, whenever that persecution, to the point where brothers start getting grabbed up, you getting thrown in the back of paddy wagons, if that's what that shit called, them SWAT cars, and you find yourself in a FEMA camp being interrogated by the higher ups, that don't mean that that's the end all be all. That don't mean that just because you put in that situation that you're gonna get tortured. Right? That don't mean that, you're gonna be getting arms cut off. That's not what that means, right? Because there's many scriptures that goes into how servants of the Most High was put in them different dire situations, crazy ass situations that your flesh gonna tell your spirit that you can't get out of, man. Right? But then that's when you're gonna have to let the spirit overcome the flesh, as Yahweh Shai said. The spirit is indeed willing, but the flesh is weak. Your flesh is naturally gonna go against your spirit, man. But like I was saying, just because you in a FEMA camp, right, you being interrogated, that don't mean that that's the end all be all. Shit, Peter was thrown into prison and was delivered out in one piece. He didn't get beat on. Now some brothers maybe different, but I don't see a brother getting beamed up on a chariot with one arm before he get transformed. I don't see brothers getting a big old deep ass cut, and having to thug that shit throughout Jacob's trouble and risking that cut getting infected. The Most High said that he was going to have the angels, when you read in the book of Psalms, the 91st chapter, guiding our steps. Now could the Most High make that happen to you? Absolutely. But do I believe so? No, I don't believe so. I believe that the Most High is going to, be out here looking out for brothers, because we in a time of the glorification of the Most High, right? And the Most High is going to use his servants to to bring glory to his name, man. All right, brothers is gonna have spiritual powers. Brothers is gonna be out here getting delivered from shit that people ain't even gonna understand how you was delivered out of that situation. Right? The only explanation for that situation is gonna be, or the answer for that is gonna be just, hey, the Most High looking out, man. All right, but yeah, brothers may get grabbed up and face the guillotine, but as far as brothers walking around missing body parts and Jacob's trouble, big ass cuts that's getting infected, I don't believe that's gonna happen. All right, we're gonna make it out in one piece, man. All right, so let's go to the book of Luke, the 21st chapter. In verse 12, it says, "But before all these, they shall lay their hands on you and persecute you, delivering you up to the synagogues and into prisons, being brought before kings and rulers for my name's sake." So it's going to come upon a time where, these over 800 FEMA camps that Esau got set up throughout Babylon, all right, you're going to have brothers that get jammed up because it's prophecy. When you read in the book of Revelations 2 and 10, the Most High said, "The devil shall cast some of you into prison for my name's sake," where you're going to have tribulation 10 days. It can be 10 days. It can be 20 days. It can be 3 months. It can be all the way up to Yahweh shall come get us, man. Who knows? All right, but at the end of the day, the Most High said that you're going to be kept. Kept meaning you're going to be given a spirit to deal whatever it is that you're going to be dealing with, man. All right, let me read this over again one more time. It says, "But before all these, they shall lay their hands on you." Brothers may get punched on. All right, you may get hit with the butt of the gun. "And persecute you, delivering you up to the synagogues and into prisons, being brought before kings and rulers for my name's sake." You may find yourself in a FEMA camp, being locked in a cell. You know what I'm saying? They ain't taking you no food, no nothing. All right? But one thing that you got to consider is that the Most High knows the Most High knows everything that you need, man. All right? So it ain't nothing for the Most High to send an angel to deliver or teleport at Eve making some type of stew or something like how the Most High did with Habakkuk, and teleport that Eve to your cell with you and feed you and then get up out of there. You know what I'm saying? Or just send a brother to go and get you, or an angel go and get you up out of there, man. All right, you got to be spiritual and miracle minded for these times to come, man. All right, it says, "And it shall turn for you, so I can turn to you for a testimony." All right, every brother got their own walk in this, you know what I'm saying, their own lot in this walk, man. All right, let's say, "Settle it therefore in your minds and your hearts, not to meditate before what ye shall answer. For I will give you a mouth and wisdom, which all your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay nor resist. And you shall be betrayed," right? Because as I was quoting in Revelations 2 and 10, the Most High said you're going to be kept. All right? He going to give you the spirit to say whatever it is that you're going to say in that time and do whatever it is that you're going to do in that time. All right? "And ye shall be betrayed both by parents and brethren and kinfolks and friends, and some of you shall they cause to be put to death." All right, and we know how that cause of death is going to be when you read in Revelations 20 and 4. All right, the Most High said that you're going to have certain souls that's going to be beheaded for the testimony of Yahweh Shema Shah, man. All right, going back in like 2013, I seen some shit where Esau ordered over 30,000 guillotines. That's what that's for, man. All right. That's saying, "You shall be hated of all men for my name's sake, but there shall not a hair on your head perish, and your patience possess your souls, but there shall not a hair of your head perish." That's the point that I wanted to get from this chapter. All right. The Most High said that not even a hair on your head is going to perish, man. All right. So if you thinking that you're going, because sometimes the flesh will, the flesh gonna fuck with you. It ain't sometimes, it's all the time. The flesh is gonna fuck with you. It's gonna make you think like, damn, what if they're in there cutting out my fingers? They pulling my fingernails off and shit. They in there cutting my tongue out. The Most High ain't gonna have that shit happen to you. All right, because again, these things where prophets was being pulled apart by horses, getting stoned to death and shit, getting crucified, that was happening back then. All right, now we in a time where brothers is going to be getting that power. All right, and since Motherfuckers done forgot about the power that Yahweh Shema Shah holds. The Most High is gonna raise his men up so that people can see that power, man. Just like how he did going back to Egypt. All right, the Most High ain't finna have us out here where motherfucking Thru put our damn teeth on the curb and stump us in. The Most High ain't finna have us going out bad like that. We defenseless, and the Most High gonna come to our aid, man. But you gotta believe in that, though. Now, do that mean that every Jake that call on the name of the Lord is gonna be delivered? Hell no, because you got Jake that's in the ministry that's wicked, bro. All right, you like that one nigga who was, I don't even know where I seen that shit at, but dude was getting pulled over by Esau. This nigga, yeah, about shit outside, and he got his ass snatched out because you ain't using wisdom. We ain't in the time for that, bro. All right, damn, slack my incense it dropped. Let me grab this before I get the burning shit up. All right, so this is the book of Jeremiah 39:15. It says, now the word of the Lord came into Jeremiah while he was shut up and in a court of the prison, saying, and that's another thing, Jeremiah, he was cast in a prison. He was in a muddy ass dungeon, man. All right, saying, go and speak to Ebed-Melech, the Ethiopian, saying, thus saith the Lord of hosts, the power of Israel, behold, I will bring my words upon this city for evil and not for good, and they shall be accomplished in that day before thee. But I will deliver thee in that day, saith the Lord, and thou shalt not be given into the hand of the men of whom thou art afraid. For I will surely deliver thee, and thou shalt not fall by the sword. Brothers ain't gonna be out here getting blew down by Esau and shit. All right, brothers ain't gonna be out here catching judgment from motherfuckers out here that's trying to ramshack shit, searching houses with the sword, as the scriptures say in 2nd Ezra 15th chapter. Brothers ain't gonna be going out like that. If brothers is gonna be going out, it's gonna be strictly for the testimony of Yahweh Shai. So if brothers do fall by the sword, it's gonna be their guillotine, man, because that's what the scriptures say. It say, for I will surely deliver thee, and thou shalt not fall by the sword, but thy life shall be for a prey unto thee, because thou hast put thy trust in me, saith the Lord. And this is why the Most High say we're going to be like pilgrims upon the earth. All right, because we're going to be like a prey unto the enemy, man. Let's look up the definition for that word prey real quick. This definition for the word prey. An animal taken by a predator as food, one that is helpless or unable to resist attack, victim. We unable to resist whatever the fuck this man is getting ready to come with, man. All right, we literally helpless in his flesh. This is why it say in Isaiah 40:14, thou worm Jacob. Hey, a worm is a defenseless creature, bro. You know what I'm saying? Salakia, I had my phone on low battery, so it cut off on me. But as I was saying, a worm is a defenseless creature. If it come out of the soil, it got to worry about everything around it eating, right? And if everything around it don't eat it, the sun gonna cook it, man. All right, so that's how we liken into, all right, when it comes to our, how defenseless we are in Babylon, man. Our only defense, all right, that we have truly is Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. That's why the scriptures say in Proverbs 18:10, the name of the Lord is a strong tower unto those that fear the Lord. All right, but nonetheless, we helpless, man. All right, so let's read this over again one more time. For I will surely deliver thee, and thou shalt not fall by the sword. So brothers ain't gonna be out here getting judged by goddamn FEMA troops. All right, brothers ain't gonna be out here getting stabbed up and getting their head blown off by niggas just out here walking around in the streets and shit. All right, it says, but thy life shall be for a prey unto thee. All right, meaning what? We're going to be helpless. All right, so the Most High said that Jeremiah, hey, you're not going to fall by the sword, but your life going to be a prey unto you. When you look at something that has predators, it's constantly on the move, man. Right, constantly on guard. That's how you got to be in the spirit. That's why brothers that put them lessons out going into how to be wise and circumspect in these times, man. right? Because shit, hey, Esau might just send a hit on you, but that don't mean that the Most High gonna allow you to get taken up through the Spirit. Now, could that happen? Absolutely. Whatever the Most High will is. All right, but what's written, brothers is gonna be taken care of, man. They say, because thou hast put thy trust in me, said the Lord, man. All right, you put your trust in the Most High, you gonna be taken care of. All right, but at the end of the day, this man is getting ready to come down with great wrath, and he gonna come down looking for brothers, man. All right, brothers gonna get their doors kicked in. All right, it's gonna be more bounty hunters out here. All right, you know, motherfuckers gonna be trying to put a bag on brothers' head and shit. But at the end of the day, you put your trust in the Most High, he gonna take care of you, man. King David said he had tens of thousands of enemies and he would not be afraid, because shit, King David was being taken care of, bro. All right, so, you know, with that being said, Lord willing, this was edifying, you know, and uplifting. Just something quick and straight to the point that I wanted to land back off of, you know, from what the elder has said, man. But, you know, with that being said, Shalom, Yahabashim Asha Brakathum and Abba.